Hi, this is Piyali. Welcome to my channel Infinite Contour. So today I will share my reflection on few books that I just finished. So my first book is a beautiful classic of Gabriel Garcia Marquez, of Love and Other Demons. So here the story is started when there was superstitions of religion. The slave trading was a feature of the society, era of slavery, colonizations, and clashes of superstitions and emerging science, medical field. At that time, this story actually described that time. A 12-year-old girl who is suffering from rabies. She was bitten by a rabid dog, though no severe symptom was there, but by other people she was said to be possessed and sent to convent for exorcism. She was ignorant by her mother and raised by servants well acquainted with their customs and languages. Her father's care and affection described here is really heart-touching. And Delura meets her at the convent and he is intrigued by her. Both of them develop feelings for each other. And he was the priest he meant to exercise her exorcism. As a story, like it's kind of mixed with love and tragedy. So yes, that was the story of Gabriel Garcia Marquez, of Love and Other Demons. The second book I read was Tim Weaver, Chasing the Dead. It was started with the character David Raker, whose wife was suffering from cancer and she will die. After that, he will go through a long period of loss and grief. At that time, Mary, his neighbor, his friend, their family friend, will contact him and will ask him to find his son, who also was dead, but she will claim that she saw him and she knows that he is alive, and she will convince her with the emotion of his own wife, and then David will take the case. David was a detective, and David will try to find him, and then in this process of finding him, he will face a lot of challenges. He will be beaten by that group, and he will be like beaten to the death kind of, and it will be very violently, like he will get a lot of violent treatment from them. He will chase, like he will face a lot of challenges to find him, and then at last it will be like there was a group and they were actually try to spread some misconception about the religion, and it's related to church also, and they were dragging all these people by making them guilty of their own work or something, and dragging them and making them like drug addicts, and that was their actual agenda. And it was a long racket, and like at last there will be a lot of revelations. And now this is the story, this is the theme of the story. I will not reveal all that story, but yes, this was the story. I felt good, but it's kind of, I felt like it's drags the story a bit more. It was very written very fluidly, and the language used by the author was great, but I feel like maybe it's dragged a bit more with the story. So yeah, that is the one, Tim Weaver, Chasing the Dead. And my next book is Mother-Daughter Dialogue. It's a book of Dr. Paromita Mukherjee Malik and Shankalpita Malik. I got this book when I visited the New Town Book Fair, basically. So I just suddenly picked up the book and I took the book from that store. This book is a book of a dialogue, kind of written in a way of poem. Okay, and yeah. So here, actually here it's written in a way like mother and daughter is sharing some emotions between each other, and this girl is staying outside far away from her mother. So they are just sharing their emotions. So they written it like a poem, and yes, that's there. So it's a kind of their life is described through this conversation, through this dialogue in a poetic way. So yeah, that's how they exchange their emotion, their thoughts. So I feel like it's kind of unique. So, and it make me feel like this bonding is not always like we see between mother and daughter. So they are sharing a very healthy bonding between each other. So it's kind of a good message to share in this society, how to build a strong foundation, strong bonding between parents and child. So yeah, so I felt good when I read this book. This was it, Mother-Daughter Dialogue by Dr. Paromita Mukherjee Malik and Shankalpita Malik. Okay, then my next book is The Courage to be Disliked, How to Free Yourself, Change Your Life and Achieve Real Happiness. So this is the book, actually it's written by Ijiro Kisimi and Fumire Koga, and it's a Japanese writer. And here actually this book is mainly based on Adlerian psychology and that point of view, and through that one philosopher and a fellow student or a young person will start conversation between them, and then through this conversation there will be a lot of truth will reveal, a lot of layers will reveal of human mind, how human beings thinks, and what is actually freedom. Everything will give some other point of view, other things that we see in the society, the conditioning and everything, but it will challenge all these things. It will create some other point of view which will actually relax you in some way. So it's a very good book. It's a very good book, and it will calm down you, and it will help you to deal with your emotion, your thoughts in a more healthy way, in a more open way. So yeah, that was the book, The Courage to be Disliked, Ikiro Kisimi and Fumite Koga. Okay, the last book I read is How the Sea Becomes Salty by Sudha Murthy. It's a story of a person who is staying with his brother and the sister-in-law, but they had a clash with this sister-in-law, and the brother will get in the jungle to because that sister-in-law will ask him when he will be late and from the jungle to for his work, and then after that also she will behave in a bad way, and he will again went to the jungle and he will find something there and it will change his life. So I felt very funny and very happy when I read this. Actually, it was kind of a book which will give you a lesson that I felt it actually when I was reading, that it's a lesson that if you are sharing your secrets with others, mainly this is the book of how the sea became salty. So, like, I don't want to reveal this book because this is a very short story. If I say a few words, then you will know the story fully. So I don't want to reveal. But it's a very funny story, and not funny, it has everything. The component is full of everything and very short. It just takes your 15-20 minutes, even less than that. But the thing is that I feel like the model or the story concept is like, if you share your secrets, then you are sharing it kind of like you are losing it. Okay, because you also need to know that whom you can share things. If you know people like they are not your well-wisher, but still you are allowing them, you are sharing your secrets, then they will try to take it away from you. Okay, and also one thing is very important, that even if you have shared without thinking or without not being very complicated, sometimes it happens that we don't think much, we just say things casually, then also like they can't use all the secrets in their favor, because everything needs some work. Okay, nowadays you will see that a lot of people is stealing others thoughts, others ideas, because they are not sitting with them and they are not searching for their own individuality, own thoughts, own ideas. So after that, just because they have stolen their thoughts, they will not become someone they think that they can become, just only stealing others thoughts. Okay, so you need to be very careful about even if you are taking others thoughts, like if someone is taking others thoughts, they can use it the way it is used, like meant to use. Basically, they just can't use it. So you need to be like, that's the assurance that even if someone is stealing others things, they just can't use it. Okay, so it's a very good story of learning a lot of things, though it's a very short story, but it will make a change in your mind. Okay, it will bring a change in your mind. So I enjoyed this story, and this type of story, I think it's very like good for any children. Okay, this is a book of children, so the cover page is also very beautiful. So I think this is very good if children's got this kind of book to read. So yes, that is it. That's what I read, and I just shared my thoughts about all these books. So we will meet soon in another video. Till then, take care and bye.